All right, so we're gonna jump back to the thing that Steve wanted to talk about earlier, and I'm just gonna let you take over.
How is it not all of us want to talk about? What are you talking about, Jerry?
He's the most hype.
We were talking about it at the beginning of the show. I don't know if we were live yet. But if you somehow have not heard, there's a new Mortal Kombat film coming out, for real this time. Because there was, if y'all remember years ago, was that the Mortal Kombat miniseries that had 5 episodes and then disappeared. But new Mortal Kombat film. The trailer just came out this past week, and it looks fresh, friends. Fresh.
Yes.
Like there's like video game movie quality of good, where it's like, oh, it's like good bad, where like, yes, it is hot garbage, but I love it and it's fun. Looking at you, Super Mario Brothers movie. Looking at you, Street Fighter film. Doom movie featuring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for no particular reason.
Why not?
And Judge Dredd is in there. Carl Urban, which is odd thing.
And Judge Dredd is in there. Not a video game film though. But like it looks actually good. Like they did some stuff to take some like creative liberties, which I'm like totally on board with. Jax in the series loses his arms in a number of ways. Yes, brutally every time. There's really no way to lose both of your arms in combat and have it be like not brutal. But like if there's one thing that Mortal Kombat is, it is brutal. And he loses his arms in spectacular Sub-Zero-esque fashion. I think in the other series, I think he lost his arms via combat with Ermac, and then in one of the other continuities via Midway or the other one, it was Quan Chi. And in this one, it's Sub-Zero. So it's like, it's par for the course of like somebody is like, oh, like you see Jackson's like, oh, you still got your arms? And he's like, yeah. It's like, wait a minute, what you mean still? It's like, don't worry about it, my dude. And it's like,
you will learn
with his arms. You're like, something about to happen to that man.
Wait a minute.
There was a I can't remember where one of my friends posted it. It was like the Michael Jordan meme where I think it was you. It was you, Kenny. It was like Jackson has arms, Sub-Zero, and I took that personally. Oh man, but yeah, the film looks really good. My only gripe about it is like as the trailer plays, they have like this really subtle orchestral interpretation of the Mortal Kombat theme. And as somebody who watched both of the previous movies and understands how impactful those films were musically for, at the very least America, orchestral soundtracks are absolutely not what Mortal Kombat needs. Like the sound of Mortal Kombat is death metal and EDM. Like straight up, on one of the Black Nerd Facebook group, Jones, like somebody posted the scene in the first, I think it's the first film, or maybe it's Annihilation, where Liu Kang fights Reptile, and I think like for me, like that was the scene where I'm like I'm like watching the movie as a little kid. I'm like, yo, Mom, you gotta buy this soundtrack. I don't know where to get it, but we need to get this soundtrack because that song is fire, and like the whole Mortal Kombat album like introduced people to a bunch of different kinds of alternative music, and like it was just phenomenal.
Yeah, the trailer was dope. Like I don't know what they're gonna do about that. Maybe they'll do like the Power Rangers thing where they like throw the theme in there randomly, like they're at an appropriate time, but it'll be a jarring transition from the previous soundtrack.
I'm hoping that it'll be my only other second gripe, going back to the Power Rangers movie, was that they didn't play the theme. Like, they only played it like one time. And like, they need to throw the theme in. It's like all I want from the new film is I love the portrayal of Scorpion. I love Sub-Zero. Shao Kahn's in it. Shang Tsung is in it. I wonder if they're gonna have the movie be canon with Sabrina the Teenage Witch, just like the old one was. What I really, really want is for some Jean-Claude Van Damme looking dude to drop into a split and punch somebody in the testicles. Like, that's how we're gonna know we're watching the Mortal Kombat film.
I mean, there's gonna be some level of brutal for it for sure, but yeah. Goro's in it too, though. I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. The Goro puppet from the first Mortal Kombat film was pretty dope, and now Goro's in glorious CGI.
I mean, yeah, unless they found a dude with 4 arms, but
apparently he was. There's like a not developer. I'm so used to video games. There's a director video or a director producer, whatever, where he talks about some of the stuff that you see in the trailer. And he mentions that like the Goro was really hard for him to nail because like 4 arms just look so unnatural, and they wanted to go with like a more realistic feel, which I'm excited for. And they're also focusing on fatalities, which I'm excited for. And it was really hard for them to nail down because, like, if you go a little too weird, then, like, Goro looks extra cartoony and kind of clunky and bizarre, more like a Ben 10 character. But like, from the trailer, like, I think he looks pretty good. I don't know if everybody's seen it. Folks in the chat, what y'all think? But, like, I'm super excited. It looks fresh. Yeah, they did, Lindy Fitness, they did do a lot to get Kung Lao's hat right. And when I saw Kung Lao, I was so hyped. Like ever since Shaolin Monks, like I've like loved Kung Lao as a character.
Oh, I forgot who that. Yeah.
So funny story.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
How do you just have that on hand?
I just no.
Why is it right there?
No, I just re-picked it up because I guess something that like I'd had it on PlayStation. And, like, I'm going back through some of my fighting games, and I'm like, some of this stuff just looks better on the Xbox during that time period. So I've been trying to re-pick up the Mortal Kombat series on Xbox. So I found that one this weekend. And then, like, also, it's just been a good Mortal Kombat weekend, because the trailer came out, I've been playing Shaolin Monks. It's been really good.
Shaolin Monks is one of, like, the best, like, co-op fighting games like that's out there. Like I don't think I've ever had a more fun experience playing a co-op fighting game with a friend.
Yeah.
Like except like that's not an arcade style beat 'em up.
Like I need a sequel, or I'll take an HD remake and just put it put it on Steam.
I would gladly take an HD remake.
Yeah.
Or even just put it on Steam just to make it more accessible. Like that'd be awesome.
Lindy Fitness.
Also, sorry, go ahead.
Lindy Fitness says I need Raiden to be bad at his job as protector of Earthrealm and get more.
It's like the first thing all of the people from Earthrealm see. It's like Raiden. It's like what's happening? There's like bonker stuff going on over the world. It's like I must consult the Elder Gods, and like just disappears.
Wait a minute. That fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero though looks good. Like
it looks so fresh.
It just looks so clean, so good, and I have no idea which way that fight's gonna go because, like, canonically, it can go either way.
I feel like because from the trailer, it looks like Scorpion is still alive.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to bet that Sub-Zero kills him the first time in that. I'm guessing probably in that battle. Because if you look at his eyes, he doesn't have like the foggy, shadowy eyes from Outworld.
Yeah.
That he does in the original film, and I'm hoping that that's like an aesthetic that they're gonna keep because it looks super cool. But I'm guessing that he probably loses against Sub-Zero, and then I can't see them pulling in Quan Chi just so that Scorpion can like gain his Outworld devil powers or whatever the hell. They'll probably just have Shang Tsung do it, and he brings his soul back or something, and he's like, oh, also you can breathe fire and stuff now, and he's like, hot damn, I'm gonna go mess up that cryomancer dude.
The first thing I'm gonna do is kill that dude.
It's like, yeah, he killed my whole clan. Let's go. Cue, if I knew the Naruto Jonesy, this would be the moment where I would do them.
It's different every time. Even if you watch the same episode, it's different every time.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm super excited. The only holdout that I have for not liking the film as much as I possibly could is the absence of a sick death metal and EDM soundtrack. But like everything about the film just looks like it's going to be really enjoyable. So I'm really excited.
You might get one.
And it'll be perfect. And it'll be perfect if they have Raiden fly at somebody at top speed and go.
Like, there needs to be at least some slight level of cheese that references, like, the OG games.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not we're not in Dragon Ball Evolution territory, so I think we're good.
Man, I hope not. That would.
Oh yeah.
So,
I don't need that kind of hatred.
The director of Dragon Ball Evolution admitted that he didn't even he has never seen or read Dragon Ball. He was just like, I just made the movie because I wanted to make a little bit of money.
That's offensive.
It is offensive.
How dare you?
I wish I had known that. I wish I had learned that.
Yeah, my life is not better knowing that.
So one thing about the composer,
I have to know it. You do too. So again, he's worked with Zimmer a lot, but because I was giving an example of like Junkie XL, so Benjamin Wallfish is who's the composer for Mortal Kombat. I was gonna say the thing that would be closest is his sound he did for Blade Runner 2049 with Zimmer. So if he could like take that and really get into the metal with that, and like it's like don't go full orchestral, and there might be moments where it makes sense to be orchestral, and however they've shot or made this movie, but I totally agree with you. It's like if these fights are all like, yeah, we're gonna like orchestrate this entire. It's like
that ain't Mortal Kombat.
That ain't Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Lindy Fitness on the Twitch said the director for Mortal Kombat feels like he has a lot of care for the source material.
Yeah,
and yeah, I definitely agree. When you watch the like 10-minute some odd video of him talking about like the scenes that show up in the trailer for the film, like he really sounds like he understands the source material. There's certain points where like the seeming protagonist character, I think his name is Cole or something that you see in the trailer. He's basically just like, a character who they have there so that because like they've introduced a bunch of new characters to Mortal Kombat over the years, and in the video they play you through like a little reel of folks who have been added. So they were like, okay, cool. Like this has happened before. So like fans of the series will probably be okay with us adding in a new character because they're used to that happening. You join in and you have like that one character who is a dude in the mocap suit that they had in the game. But like he like, there's some stuff where in the interview he mentions that like, oh, I wanted to keep this the same. Because this is iconic and it's critically important to the interpretation of the character, and we felt like other stuff where like, oh yeah, we can probably take a little bit of artistic liberty here, and like because it's been taken artistic liberty with in the past, it's probably fine. And I agree. There's some stuff that looks a little bit different, some stuff looks the same, and I'm like, I'm on board. We're all good.
We're excited to see the movie when it comes out. We'll have a review. Probably Kenny will do it. Or I don't know. We'll probably just like do a show and be like, Mortal Kombat!
We'll definitely be doing a review on it.
Yeah, for sure.